money or friendship? Madam, would you reconnect to people that backfires you? So to answer your question, I don't. I don't believe in second chances. I never ask for second chances. I never seek for second chances. No matter how long you've been friends, no matter how long you've been in a relationship with that someone, and alam naman natin yon, walang etchos. If trust is broken, ang hirap na po nun ibalik. Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's your madam. At ayan, we're here for another video. And you know, this video, I thought about it so many times before doing this again. But, of course, syempre hindi naman natin pwedeng biguin ang ating mga supporters, ang ating mga viewers. So, in the last days, I posted on Instagram a question. So, whatever question that you would like to ask me. And we've always been doing this ever since. So ngayon, gagawin ulit natin. Ang daming nagpadala sa atin ng mga tanong at sasagutin natin ngayon yan isa-isa. So kalma lang kayo, sit tight and still kasi sisimulan na natin ngayon ang pagsagot sa inyong mga katanungan. First question, Madam, would you reconnect to people that backfires you? I think hindi backfire yung term na gusto niyang gamitin, pero backstab. More of siguro. Ganun siguro yung gusto niyang itanong. So to answer your question, I don't. Ayan, straightforward na naman. Baka marami na namang mag-react. I don't. And I've proven this a lot of times because I've had several friends, both in college and both when I was already in my corporate life when I was working, who I learned na may sinasabi sila behind my back. I learned those things because ang mga sinasabi nila nakakarating din naman sa akin. I don't reconnect simply because I'm a man or a woman who values integrity, who values loyalty, who values friendship in its deepest sense. So, ang rule ko usually is, if I meet you the first time, I will trust you with all my heart. I don't hold back trust. Hindi ko siya ini-installment basis. You don't need to prove anything to me to gain my trust, to gain my friendship, or anything. Because I will be willingly giving it to you. But, syempre, it comes at a price as well. Because once na nasira na yon, once it's broken, I don't believe that it can ever be fixed again. I don't believe also na our relationship would still be the same. And it also applies to my love life, even kay Harold. Yun yung rule number 1 ko, which is really non-negotiable. Sabi ni Consuelo_Ocampo, kayo na po ba ang manager ng mga BNT? Oh, it's always the question. It's always the biggest question and the most popular question asked. So to answer straightforwardly po your question, I am not the manager of BNT. The only person that I managed is Lloyd. And sa BNT po, they are talking to their clients. They're the ones talking to their clients. I only come in when they seek for help. Kung paano kausapin, paano mag-negotiate, paano yung terms of contract. But I don't manage them. If I get them for several projects, if I get them for a certain client, it means to say that that client is my client. So, ibig sabihin nun, ang business ko talaga revolves around account management. Kumbaga, where I take care of clients, I take care of brands. Yun po talaga yung negosyo ko. And I work with different YouTubers, including the Bakla ng Taon. As for the management part, kung official na ako yung manager, I'm not po. Okay, I hope that cleared things up and I hope na naintindihan nyo how my business works, how I run my business, which is a humble influencer marketing agency, and I have, you know, a small list of clienteles that I work closely with. Ang next question natin is from Ezekiel_19. Sabi niya, money or friendship? Ako naniniwala ko that these two, they don't really come together very well. If you were to ask me, obviously, the answer would be friendship. Because I believe that money and friendship, they don't really go well together. But even if na sinabi ko friendship, even if I chose friendship over money, pag may dumating na problema that will involve money, iba na yon. Because I don't think I can ever take it lightly. Kasi para sa akin, pera na nga lang lang, yun pa yung naging problema. Pero na nga lang, doon pa tayo masisira. Alam mo, lately, people have been saying, pera lang yan, huwag nyo hayaan masira kayo ng pera. And we've also been saying na hindi yun pera lang eh. Hindi lang siya about the money, it's about the trust. And no matter how much na paulit-ulit yung sabihin, people would still say na at the end of the day, pera pa rin yan. Pera lang yan. But on our perspective, in our search for the truth, in our stand for integrity, you cannot really say na pera lang yan. Because that pera is hard-earned money. We're not talking about money. We are talking about the hard work that was put in order to get that money. We are talking about hopes and dreams. We are talking about the importance of that money in our current time. And I don't think I will ever understand why people would quantify or would equate trust and friendship with a certain amount of money. Kahit piso lang yan. It was hard work. Ang piso na yon, nandun yung pangarap, nandun lahat ng pangangailangan, nandun yun sa piso na yon. So, if you ask me on that perspective between money and friendship, I guess the more appropriate question will be friendship or self-interest. Diba yun naman yun eh. It's not money. It's your interest in that money that ruins the friendship. Because the past few days, I've been really reflecting on different things, including that nga. Some, just to share with you, parang dinivide pa yung amount equals to this certain amount, and sabi nila yun daw yung halaga. It's not that eh. It's not that. But if you are a friend, and if you've given your trust, you've given your loyalty, you've given your all-out support for someone, and that someone is naging sandalan nyo, alam nyong may matatakbuhan kayo, malalapitan kayo, the hand that was supposed to take care of you was the same hand that took advantage of your weaknesses, of your generosity, of your kindness. Ibang usapan na po yun. You cannot quantify it. And yun talaga yung naging naging reflection ko the past few days. No matter how long you've been friends, no matter how long you've been in a relationship with that someone, and alam naman natin yon, walang etchos. If trust is broken, ang hirap na po nun ibalik. Ang hirap na po nun ibalik sa dati. Kaya hindi pwedeng sabihin na pera lang yan, patawarin nyo yung isa't isa and all that. It's easier said than done. And when all those comes into play, alam naman natin, no matter how long the relationship is, just like respect, forgiveness is also earned. And I'm sharing this with you, this reflection, because ito yung mga naging katanungan din sa utak ko nung mga nakaraang araw. And in pondering about these questions, I also dig deeper into my values, into my foundation, how I was raised, lahat na ng pagkatao ko. And I've also talked to some people, I've talked to my mentors, and I've been discussing left and right the consequences, what happened, ano nangyari, and they all tell me one thing. They told me that the years does not matter. You don't count the years. What matters is, because of those years, each one of you who is in that relationship must know how to take care of it. Kasi mas masakit kapag matagal na kayong magkaibigan at nagawa niya pa yon. Will you trust someone again who already broke your trust and be friends with him, her again? Parang natanong na to kanina, or actually nasagot ko na to kanina, and my answer is no. I don't believe in second chances. I never ask for second chances. I never seek for second chances. This is something personal to me. I'm not saying na this applies to the general population. But my reason why, just to share with you, why I don't believe in second chances, because the moment you break someone's trust, I think it's also the same moment that you decided also na hindi mahalaga sa iyo ang relationship nyo. I think it's also the same moment na nagde-decide ka na okay lang, isakripisyo ang naging samahan nyo. And for me, and again, this is my personal belief, for me, I don't think that if ever you are really important to someone, I don't think kakayanin niyang gumawa ng malalim na kasalanan. I think magkaroon ng pagkakamali, okay? But there's a difference between making mistakes and committing sin. And I hope that it's clear to you what a mistake is and what a sin is. Ang mistakes, pwede natin pagtawanan yan, pwede natin yung gawing joke na lang, pwede nating gawing etchos inside jokes na lang. And that's typically what happens to friendships, to barkadahans. Tampuhan, tampururot, and all that. But when you commit a sin, ibang usapan na po yun. What is a sin? Just for you to be guided, I think you just have to refer to the 10 Commandments. Balikan nyo lang yung 10 Commandments. Balikan nyo lang din yung 7 deadly sins. So, if you go back to that, you will know what is a mistake and what is a sin. Okay? And if your friend commits a mistake, it's okay. You can forgive and forget. You can laugh about it. But if your friend commits a sin, that's a different story. And yun yung tinutukoy ko na I don't give second chances. Because when you commit a sin, I truly believe that you are aware. That you really have the intention in your mind to commit that. And you fully commit to that by enacting that sin. Yun yung tinutukoy ko na second chances. And again, this is my personal opinion. This is how I go through life. This is how I navigate through my relationships with people. From Tina Colinares, sabi niya, discuss a time when your patience and integrity is tested or was tested. Pang ano? Ano, nag-a-apply ba ako ng trabaho? Ba't parang mga employer kayo kung magtanong? These questions are questions when you apply for a job, sa mga interview questions. And natatawa lang ako because it really sounds like that. So anyway, just to answer your question, Tina, discuss a time when your patience and integrity was tested. Lately, it was tested. My patience, my integrity. And I can say na sa patience part, yes, naging impatient. And I accept that I've been very impatient when it comes to handling things. Because, I guess I was emotionally burdened by the fact that may ibang nadedehado at nasisisi because of several things. My patience was tested when I was dumbfounded after watching the video because I found out that some of the details were concealed. It wasn't the truth at all. It was the truth before, but there have been several developments already in the conversation. But I never backed down. We never backed down. We stood by it because hindi naman pwede na i-twist and turn ang katotohanan. During the time when it happened, I guess it was more of a test of character, if I may say. So, naging test of character yon for all of us. Because it was a very difficult time. It was a very difficult moment. And I'm sharing this with you now, kahit fresh pa siya. Because we've moved on. We're on the process of reconciling also with ourselves. And ngayon na namin sinisingil yung mga sarili namin, na aming mga paniniwala, na aming mga values and morals. And I'm comfortable sharing this with you because I thought about it, and I talked to several people about it. I talked to my mentors about it. And I guess sometimes in the war against lies and deceit, lugi ka talaga when you have the truth. Kasi na-realize ko that when you have the truth in your hands, hindi siya kayang tanggapin, hindi siya kayang i-process ng karamihan. It's not something for social media lalo because marami sa atin may tinatawag na selective hearing. Marami sa atin yung kung ano lang yung marinig natin at first and yun lang yung maiwan sa utak natin, yun lang yung magpo-process, yun lang yung mag-register. And I don't mean to offend anyone. This is my observation. Because we've seen a lot of those also coming in when it happened a few days ago. The truth kasi is harsh. It's rough and it's sharp na it can easily cut even those na hindi involved, even those na nakikibalita lang. So yun yung time na na-test yung patience ko Kasi parang hindi ko na kaya nun, sabog na ako. There were a lot of things na winithhold ko. There were a lot of things na hindi ko sinabi kahit gusto kong sabihin. I held on to it, and ayun, so far, sa healing process namin, naging okay naman kami. Sa integrity part, it was tested a lot of times. I've been dealing with lots of money, lalo na when Mars Lloyd was alive, because I've been dealing with the contracts, with the projects, I've been dealing with the clients. Sobra yung tiwala niya sa akin. Sobra niya akong pinagkatiwalaan with everything. But I did not allow that trust na magkaroon ng window or ng butas. So all the contracts, all the negotiations goes through him pa rin. All the money, it goes to his bank account. When it comes to money matters, to usaping pera, and the BNT knows this as well, never kong pinapadaan sa akin ang pera nila. And I don't like the money to pass through me, or I don't want the money to be, liquidated by me. So sila hinahayaan ko, and that's one way of teaching them also. Because I know during those times bata sila, but not because na bata sila, hindi sila matututo. So I allowed them also to do accounting for their own money, for their own income. And until now, ganun pa rin naman yung ginagawa nila sa mga sarili nilang channels. Yun yung masishare ko lang about integrity, because your integrity will be tested a lot of times. There will be several temptations that will come your way. So the best thing for you to do is to resist or avoid those temptations. Kasi pag nandiyan na yung temptation, minsan we are at our weakest, minsan mahina tayo, hindi natin yon naiiwasan when it's already there. So, bago pa dumating, or bago pa magkaroon ng mga temptations in your life, make sure that you avoid it. Make sure na you don't entertain it anymore. Because temptation leads to sin. Ang tanong ni Kat_M.388, sabi niya, how do you deal with someone who is in a toxic situation and affected ka emotionally? Simple lang, you remove yourself from that situation. If you are kung ikaw mismo yung nasa toxic relationship you remove yourself from that situation. If you know someone who is in a toxic relationship and you are emotionally affected, I guess yun yung part na wala kang magagawa but to be a friend to that person. So, ang pinakamagagawa mo lang is magsabi, mag-advise, but more than anything, you cannot decide kasi for that person. So, ikaw na lang din yung mag-remove ng sarili mo. Ilayo mo na lang din yung sarili mo. And this word, yung toxic na to, has been all over social media, lalo na sa group namin in the past days. And I'm glad that it's over. Okay, next question. Ito, sasagutin ko din to because ito din yung mga paratang, ito din yung mga katanungan. But then, sasagutin ko to because itong taong to, when he asked it, it was so nice. He asked me in a nice way. Sabi niya, ano po ba masasabi niyo sa issue na gatas ang baka niyo lang po ang BNT? Diba, it's so nice, hindi paratang, it's a question. Tapos, sobrang respectful to ask. But anyway, just to answer your question, I don't get where that is coming from as well. Years ago, hindi pa kami I started vlogging in 2018. 1 year na kami ni Harold nun. Hindi pa ako vlogger. The BNTs were already staying with me. Kasama ko na sila. And even when I started vlogging, isa din sila sa mga nag-push sa akin. Si Lloyd, together with the BNTs, ang nag-push sa akin to start my own vlog. And if you see sa mga videos na ginagawa namin together with them, we always make sure na we give them new experiences. We take them to new places. There are a lot of gala, there are a lot of bonding moments na hindi na vlog namin because may rule kasi ako na paggagala or pag magbabonding, bawal cellphone, bawal camera, just gala and bonding. And we treasure that. I treasure that in my heart because those are priceless moments. And kahit tanungin nyo pa sila isa-isa, I never ask them to donate money or to make ambag. I never ask them to shell out money because I understand their situation. I understand also kung saan pumupunta ang mga pera nila. So, hindi ko nagigets yun. Even if we do contents with them, sabi nga nila before sa akin, and sobrang clear to sa utak ko. Sabi niya, Madam, bakit ganon? Pag nagvi-video ka sa BNT, mas mahal pa yung mga pasalubong mo, yung mga dala mo, kaysa sa mga kinikita mo sa vlog. I'm not Ivana Alawi. I'm not, you know, when we talk about views, hindi kami ganong level of views. So, don't think as if million din yung pumapasok because hindi nga kami ganon yung level of views. We do what we do because it makes us happy. And okay lang, basta nandyan kayo, nanonood, natutuwa, nasisiyahan, we will continue doing this. But if you're really curious and you start asking me where majority of my income is coming, I would say sa businesses ko, not even on YouTube. May business si Baby Boy, may business ako offline, sa likod ng camera, and I guess that's more than enough already for us as well. And may ipon kami, nag-iipon din ako. Hindi kami yung gastos lang ng gastos. And the expensive things that I have, yung mga branded na yan, mga bigay yun. Ni Mars Lloyd. O, wala akong bagong mahal na gamit, di ba? Hindi nyo nakikita. Kasi wala na nagbibigay. So, mga gift yun, I don't really, buy expensive stuff for myself, for ourselves. But I buy expensive stuff for my family. I buy expensive stuff for my friends. For the BNT, yung mga branded. Because, wala lang, ang saya ko lang every time I make them happy. Every time I make them experience things na hindi pa nila na-experience. Yun yung yun yung happiness ko. And the way that I took care of them as my family. I took care of them as mga bata talaga na parang mga kapatid ko na. And bawat isa sa kanila naniwala talaga ako na makakayanan nila ang buhay na magiging matagumpay sila regardless of the situation they are in. Remember, I changed because of them. Nagbago ako, ang dami kong nagbago na pananaw because of Lloyd, because of them, because of the bakla ng taon. Before, I was living in a dream. I was living a privileged life. But when I met them, parang hinatak ako pabalik sa lupa and nakilala ko and nakita ko ang tunay na kalagayan ng karamihan ng mga Pilipino. And it touched my heart. Nasa reflection state ba ako na every time something happens, something not good happens, I reflect on my life and everything that I've been through. And yun yung talagang binabangga ko into the decisions, into the next steps. Guided pa rin siya. Wherever we may be, whatever happens, we will still be guided by these principles, by these values, and by these morals na pinapanindigan natin ever since. Okay, next question na nga tayo. Ang dami ng sulak. And lastly, ito, hindi to question, pero may nag-send sa akin ito. Sabi ni Max Santiago, 1991, hindi na itatama ang isang pagkakamali ng isa pang pagkakamali. And I would have to agree with this kasi totoo din naman na hindi na itatama ng isa pang pagkakamali ang isang pagkakamali. But also, hindi din na itatama ang isang pagkakamali ng pananahimik. Hindi din na itatama ang isang pagkakamali kung hindi mag-e-effort or gagawa ng paraan yung nagkamali para maitama ang kanyang nagawa. There are quotes sometimes na makaka-relate tayo, may mababanggit na quotes ang ibang tao, and then we adopt it. Some of those are problematic. Some of those philosophies, I call them philosophies, don't really apply to all situations. It's a general quote, it's a general philosophy that you also need to challenge. Pag may narinig, ang ganda ng sinabi niya, na-touch ako, you don't just absorb it. You also challenge the thought. You also need to explain to yourself kung bakit siya applicable to all situations or to whatever situation that you are facing. Because iba-iba yung nagiging resulta, iba-iba din yung nagiging dating ng ibang sitwasyon na kinakaharap natin sa ating mga buhay. I'm trying to speak in Tagalog. I'm sorry, I cannot explain myself ng mas maayos. Pero anyway, what I'm trying to say is, you have to also use critical thinking in dealing with these philosophies. Kasi if you don't, you'll end up like, parang baliw na, oh, I thought ito yun, kasi ito yung in-apply ko dito, but then it didn't work. And then ito na naman, in-apply ko dito, it didn't work. So sometimes it doesn't work. That's why you really need to challenge the thought. You really need to examine it and understand it. But then, you cannot just simply allow that sin to pass you by without doing anything. Sometimes you also need to learn to defend yourself. Most especially when you have the truth in your hands. People will say na you have to also be kind. Always be kind, di ba? Being right and being kind. But sometimes, you don't get to choose to be kind because it's not one of the choices. Because sometimes, the only thing you have left in your hands is to be right. And that's entirely okay. You don't need to feel guilty about it. Because these are hard decisions. These are hard things. This is very tough. And you just have to stand your ground. You have to be very tough in standing your ground. Because being kind also leads you to being abused. Being kind also leads you to being fooled. And no matter, this is the reality of life, no matter how kind you are, people will always find ways to abuse you. And if you cannot defend yourself, and if you cannot show people that you will stand up for what is right because you're too busy being kind, then they will always do it to you over and over again. Yun lang yung masasabi ko about that saying. And it goes to all the sayings that you have, to all the philosophies you have in your mind, yung mga nababasa nyo and sinishare nyo. Challenge it. Make sure that you challenge it. Be critical about it. Because we are presented with different situations in different times, in different aspects. It's not one that you will stand for forever. Baka magulat ka one day na it does not apply pala at all to a very complex and to a very serious situation that you will be in. Anyway, maraming salamat for listening. I hope that you learned a thing or two. And again, please continue, syempre, to support and our upcoming vlogs because we are just here for you. We promise to be here for you to create content that will make you happy and make you smile. Tama na po yung ating mga naging kadramahan. That won't happen again. And we listen to everybody. The next time it happens, we will find a way next time to keep it to ourselves. I hope na patawad nyo na rin kami. Tama na yung mga kadramahan and yung mga away-away natin on social media. I guess what happened showed us the realities of life, the realities we have to face. And I guess from this moment on, as much as we can, we will bring you content that will make you happy. We will bring you content that will make you think, that will make you reflect on several things, that will put a smile on your faces. And I hope that you too enjoyed your Holy Week and nagkaroon kayo ng mga pagninilay-nilay and a time also to reconnect with God. Maraming salamat. I'll see you again on my next vlog. Bye!